Now let's talk about operations on functions. In this video, we will learn on how to combine functions using sum, difference, product, quotient, and composition of functions. So several functions can work together in one larger function, and there are 5 common operations that can be performed on functions. And the 4 basic operations on functions are adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And the 5th one is the composition of functions, which we will be discussing later. So let's start with addition of functions. So when we add two functions, say f plus g of x, this is just equivalent to the sum of the two functions f of x plus g of x. Say for example, we're given here f of x is equal to x squared minus x minus 2. Then g of x equals x plus 1. Then find f plus g of 3. So all we have to do is evaluate f and g at -3. So we find f of -3 first. We plug in -3 to our x here. So that would be -3 squared minus -3 minus 2. So this is 9 plus 3 minus 2. Then f of -3 is just equal to 10. And now let's evaluate g at -3. So g of -3 is, okay, we plug in -3 here to our x, so that would be -3 plus 1. Then g of -3 is just equal to -2. And now we can evaluate f plus g of -3, which is just equal to f of -3 plus g of -3. So that is, our f of 3 is equal to 10, so that is 10 plus our g of -3 is -2. Therefore, f plus g of -3 is just equal to 8. So that is our answer. So let's go to subtraction. Okay. So we often add, subtract, multiply, or divide functions in a way that keeps the variable. So if there is no variable, or if there is no number to plug into the equations, then we will simply use each equation. Like say for example this problem here. Okay, so when we subtract two functions, say f minus g of x, this is just equivalent to f of x minus g of x. Okay, let's try solving this example here. So we're given f of x equals to x minus 4 and g of x is equal to x squared minus x plus 5. Then we find f minus g of x. So we understand that f minus g of x is just equal to f of x minus g of x. So we just simply subtract f of x minus g of x. So all we have to do is we replace f of x with its value, which is 2x minus 4, minus g of x, which is x squared minus x plus 5. Then we simplify. This is 2x minus 4 minus x squared, because we distribute the negative sign to the expression inside the parentheses, plus x minus 5. Then simplifying further, this would become x squared, combining like terms, 2x plus x, that is 3x. And then -4 plus -5 is -9. Therefore, f of g f minus g of x is just equal to negative x squared plus 3x minus 9. Let's go to multiplication. So in multiplying functions, two functions, we just have to multiply them. So let's say f times g of x, this is just equivalent to f of x times g of x. Say for example, let's try solving this problem here. We're given h of x equals 2x minus 4. Then k of x equals negative 3x plus 1. Then find h times k of 5. So all I have to do is evaluate h and k at 5, which is the value of our x. So h of 5 would be 2 times the value of our x, which is 5, minus 4. So that would be 10 minus 4. So our h of 5 is just equal to 6. And then we evaluate k of x at 5. So that is negative 3 times 5 plus 1. So k of 5 is just equal to negative 15 plus 1. So k of 5 is just negative 14. Therefore, h of k of h times k of 5 is just equal to h of 5 times k of 5, which is just 6 times negative 14. So this is negative 84. So that is our answer. And the next operation on functions is the division. So when we divide two functions, let's say f divided by g of x, f over g of x is just equal to f of x divided by g of x. Let's say, for example, we're given here f of x equals x squared minus 4x minus 5, and g of x equals x minus 5. Find f over g of x. So since we are not given the variable, we're not given the value of x here, so we just have to divide the two functions. So that would be f over g of x is just equal to f of x over g of x, which is just, we replace f of x with x squared minus 4x minus 5, and g of x is x minus 5. Okay, then we can simplify the fraction. How are we going to simplify that? Is we factor x squared minus 4x plus minus 5. So I hope you know how to factor quadratics. So this would be equal to x minus 5, x plus 1 over x minus 5. So this cancels out. So we are left with x plus 1. Therefore, the value of f over g of x is just equal to x plus 1. And now the fifth operation of functions, which is called the composition of functions. A composition of functions is a function inside of a function. So the notation is this one, f of g of x, which we can be written as this one, f of g of x. So to calculate a composition of function, we will evaluate the inner function and substitute the answer into the outer function. Say for example, we're given here a of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 1, and then b of x equals x minus 5. Then we find a of b of 3. So all we have to do is we evaluate the inner function first, which is the b of 3. So that is a of b of 3 is just equal to a of b of 3. Okay, so we evaluate b of 3 first. So b of 3 is just this one, x minus 5. Our x is 3, so that is 3 minus 5. So b of 3 is just equal to negative 2. And now a of b of 3, and b of 3 is just equal to negative 2. So this would become a of negative 2. And then a has a value of x squared. A of x is just equal to x squared minus 2x plus 1. So this would become negative 2 squared minus 2 times negative 2 plus 1. So this is 4 plus 4 plus 1. Therefore, a of negative 2 is just equal to 9. So this is our solution. So a of b of 3 is just equal to 9. Okay, so I wrote some practice problems here for you to work on so you can practice more.